What's going on, party people? Coach Phillip here with a couple of tips for you on how to get more personal in your coaching classes at Orange Theory Fitness. So today, just want to talk about when you're in the lobby, those first 30 minutes, if you've got no intro or a first timer with you. Obviously, if you do have one, you're going to be spending at least 10 to 15 minutes with that particular person and getting to know them. However, if you don't have that time with someone as a new person, new to the Orange Theory concept, then you want to be talking to those members that are veterans, whether they're from your studio, cross-regional, and or somewhere else. But for the most part, having new members, especially cross-regionals, I love it. I 100% love it. Can't get enough of it. I wish I had just as many members of Alpharetta or Johns Creek Studio as I did cross-regionals in the class. It would be so awesome. The reason why is because if they've never had me as a coach before, I want to make a bomb first impression. So I really want to give it my all. So I'm going to try to learn their names. I'm going to see how long they've been doing Orange Theory. I want to be able to see how they move on the treadmill, the rower, the weight floor, where they start, what type of class it is, and how they go about it. And I'm going to use all those things to help push them to hopefully some of the best 60 minutes they've ever had in class. And typically it works. Not all the time, doesn't work. I'm not, batting 1,000, but my batting percentage is pretty high because I really try to make the connection, especially with new people who don't know me and have no idea what to expect other than just beard and hair. I don't know what else they expect, but so with people who know me, they already know what's coming, so it's not as shocking to them. However, they know that I'm not going to let up on them because they know what I'm trying to do in the classes. I'm trying to bring their best out, and that's why we're there to help push, motivate, transfer energy. People think that I am just 100% just at home, just like, oh my gosh, Brianna, what are you doing? Sophia. Those are my wife and my daughter. I'm not just bouncing off the walls, energetic. I'm actually very low key, more reserved / introverted at times, but really I'm a people person. So if you talk to me about the right things, I'm going to talk to you. So it kind of can go either way. I'm not necessarily a true introvert, but I'm not just bouncing off the wall with energy. However, when I'm around a group of people in my profession that I went to school for, that I studied for, that I take classes with, that I, give 100% energy and intent to, that's where the energy comes from. It's going to come from getting people excited, ready for the workout, whether I love it or I don't love it as much. It doesn't matter. I'm going to make it appear as it is the best workout that they'll have today, and it should be. If they do multiple workouts, maybe they do, but if not, the average person typically doesn't, so we want to make their experience the best thing for them. So that's another point, little segue. It is an experience. Orange Theory is an experience, people. Coaches, you need to create an environment that is an experience. Now I'll admit that there's some coaches out there that are really good with like very fine detailed stuff. Like they'll do sticky notes with the rower time on it so that you can beat their 500. I did it once. I'm not as consistent in that area. That's an opportunity or an area of growth for me. Where they're calling members. They're very personal in that way. However, I never know what's going to change last minute. So I kind of am more on the who's here now and what we're going to do now. So people who show up, I'm going to give them my best, and I'm just asking that they give their best. Now, their best out of 100%, maybe 100% that day. Maybe they're feeling good. That's why you always hear me say as a coach, if you're feeling good, do this. If you're feeling good, do that. If your 100% today is typically, or maybe your 80%, do what you can. Do what you can. If it's your 50%, you're just there to move. Some people haven't been back to OTF in a while, or they are they're coming off an illness or high stress work week or something. Just moving the body is great. A green day is what we call it. A green day is great at Orange Theory. So you're just going to kind of reduce your efforts, scale it back. I do this all the time, and people think, you could think that I'm doing my 100% best, but it's because I look and I move with intent because I know what I'm trying to do. But however, every time I'm not giving 100% because really interval training is meant to be intervaled into the week. Okay, so it's people who do it every day, man, kudos to you guys. I try it maybe about 5 to 7 on good weeks. 5 to 6 on good weeks to get it in. Sometimes it's 4. A couple times it's been 2 or 3. So interval training is tough on the body, especially at high levels. So being able to do that, getting the proper amount of rest is key to do this multiple times a week, or if people come 7 days a week or 6 days or whatever. But then also nutrition, of course, which we don't really delve into too much of that at the studio, but you can talk to coaches or your trainers outside of that if you have questions. But yeah, so just getting personal with your people in the classroom or in the studio with Inside the Glass is the main thing that's going to help you to become a better coach. And keeping that in mind, that it's really you transferring the energy, you creating the atmosphere. I recently read Ellen's book, and I had read some of it when I first got it, when I started coaching in October 2016. But as a person who struggles to sit down and read, that is always a goal of mine. And I actually was able to use some time recently and finish Ellen's book called Push, and her creation behind Orange Theory and how she got it. And Ellen and I have a lot of similarities. But anyway, just with that, she talks about Orange Theory as life. As life right now, you could be in a base moment where everything's kind of cool and settled, and you're just kind of in your flow and your little ruts, and sometimes you're looking to break out. And that's where your push moments happen. And your push moments, that's where you're kind of looking to take some excitement, some challenge, some risk, things that are going to push you or change you a little bit. And that's what Orange Theory is about. It's about challenging you in an uncomfortable way for about 60 minutes with ebbs and flows and highs and lows. I like how that rhymed there. Yeah, that was cool. But yeah, so definitely want to have those moments of ups and downs because they balance each other out. High intensity is shown to have elicit better responses through your heart, your cardiovascular performance, how your hormones, your endorphins, and everything is regulated through these highs and lows, these peaks and valleys. So that's why we do the interval training. But just keeping in mind, you can always scale your workouts down just to keep your body moving. Your body should move every day in a way that causes some sweat. I mean, there's some people who never sweat. I'm like, I don't know how the inside of your body is feeling, but sweating detoxifies you. It opens up the pores. It gets things out that need to be out. So people who don't sweat, I don't know what it's like on the inside. You need to open up those pores, and that's how things and toxins escape. So it's a body's self regulating mechanism. So keep that in mind. Big segue there, but kind of bringing it back. So once you kind of take the lobby time to talk to your current members, introduce yourself to cross regionals, and if you don't have an intro obviously would be a separate topic, or a first timer. But once you kind of establish those relationships, or at least made the connection, when you come in and they're in the studio, you need to be looking for them and how they perform, especially because you don't know them. You want to make sure like nothing's crazy is going to happen, or see how they perform. A lot of cross regionals that come into the studios that I've been at, man, when I see them coming in, I'm like, whoa, this person is really stepping up. And I'm like, wow, this person's speeds are amazing, or this and that. And I'm just really like intrigued by that, and what they do at their studio. I wonder, are they the only one in their studio that does this, or are there others? But yeah, so that's always cool to me to see, like, what weights do they pick up? Do they pick up weights like the members at Alpharetta Studio? Do they pick up weights at the members at Johns Creek or Buckhead or wherever I'm coaching? So I like to see what people do, and that tells me a little bit about themselves, along with a lot of other things. But it's reading people, being able to talk to people. If you're commanding the classroom as a coach, you need to be able to be confident enough to speak to anyone. And I can always tell who's probably personal trained people before, who's done group classes before, and who has done neither. And that's where myself and other coaches who have maybe a little bit more experience should hopefully reach out and help these other coaches to get everything. Because I hear a lot of, just feedback from the members, and, members just want to be seen and talked to. I mean, that's why they come to Orange Theory or studio style based fitness programs instead of the big box gyms, because you're not just a beep little scan in and a beep little scan out. You want to be, it's the Cheers effect, is the best way I guess I can put it. But anyway, a little bit of a rant here. It's already about 10 minutes in, so I'm going to cut it there. We'll come back with some more videos here. Just wanted to get myself going. Got a new computer. My computer ran into some issues with it about 6 months ago, and just have not had a computer, been doing everything by phone, but glad to have a computer again. And just thanks to everyone for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed the video content, and stay tuned for more, party people. Yeah.